The open beta for ABD 4.0 is right around the corner, so I'd like to compile mainly everything we know about ABD 4.0. I'll start by discussing the changes to ABD 3.0, including changes to Mr. President and the Magician's Red rework. Why are these important, you may ask? Mr. President has a unique M1 animation that I theorize is for ABD 4.0. And the Magician's Red rework is essential because in the comments of the official showcase of the rework, Aseus, the dev who made the rework, answered someone's question asking, will 4.0 Magician's Red work differently than this Magician's Red? Aseus responded by saying they don't see a reason to change much going into 4.0, so we can look at the Magician's Red rework as a standard for reworks in ABD 4.0, and what they'll be like. Though it should be noted that Aseus only works on ABD 3.0, their statement shouldn't be considered 100% true. Next, let's get into some mechanics and new features of ABD 4.0. Firstly, mobile support is being worked on, and by the looks of it, it seems to be going well. New game modes are being worked on, according to Shibo, who is a dev for 4.0. A Steel Ball Run game mode is currently outside their plans though.
Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, for game modes, I'm not really sure how much I can leak on them, but I will say that we are working on different game modes other than just the base one. And as far as SBR goes, we don't really have that as a plan. I mean, that's just as far as my knowledge goes. I mean, Clowny might say something different, so don't take my word on it, but yeah.
New boss AI is also being worked on, and possibly cutscenes, according to Shelf, who in an interview said he saw new AI and boss cutscene in the development notes.
New boss AI, new boss cutscenes and stuff. We saw it in the development notes, right?
A new feature is a server region, which will be on your screen next to the server time and game version. Next we have the Bazaar Supermarket, the new name for the in-game shop. The newest features of the Bazaar Supermarket are the sell option and the bulk buy and sell option, which lets you buy and sell multiple items in one go. Another new feature is fishing, a new minigame where you can catch fish, though we've only seen the red snapper so far. My theory for fishing is you will be able to sell the fish for money, and also, while fishing, you may have the slight chance of getting rare items like masks, diaries, and monochromatic orbs. Talking about fishing leads to my next topic, trowels, which are getting removed in 4.0, presumably being replaced by fishing. Next is new obtainment methods for stands. In Shelf's interview with Shibo talks about how they want to make more ways to obtain stands and new evolutions for them. They mentioned a Star Platinum the World evolution, though she is still determining if it'll come to fruition.
From what I've heard in from other developers on the game and Clowny and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure the general idea is that we're going to try and explore some new ways of evolutions for stands. I don't really know what specifically, and I can't really say for stuff like Star Platinum the World because I don't even know if we're really planning to have those out for 4.0. But yeah, there's definitely some evolutions for stands that we're trying to rework other than them just being like, oh, you can get them from an arrow, and then that's that.
Finally, we move on to the combat changing additions of 4.0, block breaking and sprinting. We only know a little about block breaking. All that has been stated is that they are adjusting it constantly to make it feel cleaner and balanced. Sprinting most likely won't be added, seeing as the head dev Clowny is highly against it. We might see it in an open beta just as a test though. The following section is for stands. Everything is susceptible to change, so take everything with a grain of salt. This is all the information we have on all the stands we've seen so far. Star Platinum. We know it will keep most of its moveset from 3.0, including its Charged Aura, Star Finger, Knife Throw, Kick, Rage Mode, and Time Stop. The newest moves for Star Platinum are a Beatdown, and a gun move, which can be used when your stand is turned off. Tuskak 4. It is showcased having a move called Nail Shot, which does exactly what it does in current ABD, and another move called Golden Rectangle Nail, which spins the target for a short amount of time when hit. It also has a grab move, which shoots nails at the target. The nail glide is shown, but only gliding. Then, a move called Spin Infused Punches. It can presumably be used when the stand is off. Finally, we have a zoning ability along with an animated pose. D4C. It is said to have a complete rework, which includes 17 moves. One of those might be a beatdown. Soft and wet. It is shown to have its Z move from ABD 3.0, and a new move called Firework, where Soft and Wet kicks the target and they are put in a bubble that explodes, along with a new move called Flash Freeze, which grabs the target, puts them in a bubble with snowflake effects, and then kicks them. Gold Experience. It is shown having a move called Double Kick, which does what the name implies. Next, it has a self-heal move called Recovery, and a move that appears to be the user throwing a rock. It might also have a tree move because of the sneak peek, but that's just my theory. Hamon. It is shown to have a charge move called Hamon Gather, and a long-range move called Zoom Arm, a kick called Sendo Kick, also a punch that lights a target on fire called Crimson Overdrive. Lastly, it has a beatdown. The world. So far, all we have seen from this is a backpedal knife throw move, what seems to be an air kick combo starter similar to the world they use, and finally, it's Dona. According to Shibo's list, it might need its moveset finish and or possibly animations made for it. However, it's hard to tell what the image says because it's scribbled on. Purple Haze. So far, we've only seen one Purple Haze move. It's our move. But it is confirmed to have rework moves, according to the image Shibo posted. Crazy Diamond. All we have seen so far is its new wall creation animation, and that wall is punchable. It also has a bearing shot projectile. Hierophant Green. Very little is known about this. We only have what looks like a remodel of the Emerald Barrier. Killer Queen. We know that the bomb explosion has a new visual effect. It has a bomb plant, a barrage, a heavy hit, what appears to be a coin throw move. Lastly, it also has a disguise move. Cars. All we have seen from Cars is the Bloodsuck move, which appears to have stayed the same. Samurai.
So the noble shinobi stands in our way.
It has what appears to be a heavy hit move called
Ichimonji,
a move called Whirlwind Slash. It also includes a range move. And finally, a finisher. Before we finish this segment, there's just one more thing I want to share with you. White Album is semi-confirmed for 4.0. That is because of Clowny's messages alluding to it, and a video of Clowny turning water into ice as he walks on it. Weather Report may also be in 4.0, though it is only speculated because of Shibo's list of stuff that still needs to be finished. Still, White Album has more evidence to support it. Now after seeing all that, there's only one question on our minds. When is the new open beta? Well, it's closer than you might think. According to Clowny, only 2 stands still need to be finished for the open beta, along with more moves for other stands, visual effects, and sound effects. With this knowledge, we know a little more about what's to come and what's not in ABD 4.0.